Good morning, beloveds. It's almost afternoon. I straight up overslept, but it's the first day of vacation. And so, yeah, I turned my alarm off and woke up at 9:30, and then, I had to feed the cats. So, and you're getting an extra treat because you can see Rita behind me, who you see all the time, but that's also Foster, who's being, his usual weird self because my brother is in the house and Foster is hiding from my brother. Although, I think my brother actually saw him the first day instead of having to wait 5 days. That cat. He's 14. He's just weird. All right. It is November 1st. It is All Saints Day because yesterday was Halloween. So I hope you had a fantastic Halloween. And I don't know that I want to say Happy All Saints Day because it is a day to celebrate those who have crossed over. But honor your ancestors. So, our title is I Dwell in the Household of God. And our quote is, "In my Father's house are many rooms. If it were not so, I would have told you." John 14:2. And Foster agrees with John. The household of God is the household of perfection. It is the secret place of the Most High. The inmates of this house are all divine beings. Nothing can enter the consciousness of any of these inmates which contradicts the unity of good. Each and every member of this household is at peace with all other members. There is a community of peace, of understanding, of fellowship, of love, of unity. In this house of God, which is any man's household who declares it to be such, there is no bickering, no jealousy, no avenue through which any littleness or meanness may operate. It is not only a household of peace, it is a household of joy. It is a place of happiness and general contentment. Here is warmth, color, and beauty. This earthly household symbolizes the divine harmony of the kingdom of God. No one is a stranger within this household. Nothing is alien to it. It is protected from all fear, from every sense of loss. Nothing can enter it but joy, integrity, and friendship. The same good I realize belongs to everyone else. I do not desire a good for myself, which is greater than the good I desire for all people. Neither do I deny myself the good I affirm for all others. In this household, the host is God, the living Spirit Almighty, and all who dwell in this household are guests of the eternal host. All right, so we're going to look at households from a couple of different levels for just a minute. Let's start with the first household. This one. This is the first household we want to talk about. Because he talks about it in this household, which is any person's household who declares it. So the first household we want to declare is our own mind. In our own mind, we want it to be a place of joy, a place of peace, a place of integrity, a place of friendship. We want to be our own friend. If we can't be anybody else's friend, if we want to be anybody else's friend, the first place we have to be is to befriend ourselves. There is a meme about to love anyone else, you have to love yourself first. And that's not exactly true. Because sometimes where you start is loving somebody else and then you learn to love yourself. But to be a friend, you really do want to befriend yourself first. You want to like yourself and love yourself. And then it's easier to be friends with other people. So the first household we're concerned about is this one. And then the next one can be your physical household. And when you look at your physical household, what do you let go on in your house? Just like what do you let go on in your own mind? Are you letting people in your house that are disrupting the peace, that are disrupting the harmony, that are disrupting the joy? Why are you letting people in your household that are not. Now, if you are a parent with small children, God bless you. But your house, your physical house, is your sacred space. And don't let people in that disrupt the peace, the harmony, the love, the joy. And if you are in a relationship with somebody who does not do that, your first obligation is to work on that relationship. And if you cannot solve the problems, then maybe, I know a lot of marriage vows are till death do you part. Well, it does not have to be physical death. Sometimes relationships die, and it's okay to let them go, especially if you are not safe. So there's that. Now, then we can talk about, and then we can just go up from there. I'm going to skip, no, we can talk about our work households. We can talk about our communities, both our sacred communities, i.e. church. We can talk about our neighborhoods. We can talk about our cities. We can talk about our states. We can talk about our country, and then we can talk about our world. So we can go up in the households. And we each have obligations. And I like that. We each have obligations on how we get along with each other, how we work together, how we do that. So what are we bringing into the household? How are we contributing to the health of each of these levels of households? And then we get to the final household, which is God's household, which is every household is included. And so when you hear me say perfect, when you hear Ernest say perfect, one of the things that I want you to remember is perfect means whole. It does not mean flawless. It means that we live in a messy, juicy world, but it's whole. It's all included. It's all included. So no one can enter God's household. No one can enter God's household and bring anything other than what God has stated. And part of the reason I think that sometimes that I think that we're here is to learn that. It's like, if we can be in alignment with the God qualities, the peace, the love, the joy, the integrity, the friendship, all of the things that he's listed, then we're always in God's household. Then we're always in God's household. So we have all of these levels of household to work on. And at any time we can declare and then live that way. It's nice to declare, but just because you've declared it, it's like your actions have to follow it. One of the phrases that I like is the best apology is changed behavior. And so that's, you want to enter God's household, then you gotta act the part. You gotta act the part. So the title is I Dwell in the Household of God. And we may be twisting this phrase a little bit. In my Father's household there are many rooms. If it were not so, I would have told you. John 14:2. I think in that Jesus may have been talking about death. But for the purposes of what we are talking about today, this is what it is. There are many rooms. Everything is God's household. From us all the way up. And we have obligations on every level to live in alignment with God. And he lays it out in this passage. So, the household of God is the household of perfection. The household of God is the household of wholeness. Everything is included. But that also means everyone is included. There is no one who is excluded from the household of God. But we can exclude ourselves. God will not exclude us. But what we think and the way we behave will exclude us until we come into alignment. It is the secret place of the Most High. We talk about this in treatment. The inmates of this household are all divine beings. We got to act the part. Because we are divine. We all carry that divine spark within us. So we're all divine, which means we all have the right to live in the household. The question is, are we responsible enough to live in the household? And that's why I'm talking about obligation. That's why I'm talking about integrity and friendship and love and peace and harmony and all of that. Those are our obligations. And that is our responsibilities. That's how we live in the household. Nothing can enter the consciousness of any of these inmates which contradicts the unity of good, which is why we're constantly working on our consciousness. We're constantly working on knowing who we are. We all have moments. We all have moments because we're here. We are divine beings having a human experience. But the more we work on our consciousness, the less blips we'll have on the radar. And the more we will stay in the household of God. And our behavior will reflect that. Our trend of thoughts will reflect that. Because that's one of the things that it's super important. We have moment-to-moment thoughts. And those aren't what's important. What's important is the trend of your thoughts. Each and every member of this household is at peace with all other members. That's the kicker. We are at peace with all other members. And that is one of the beauties of science of mind. What you believe is your business. What you call God is your business. We don't teach you what to believe. We teach you how. You can call God whatever you want. There is a community of peace, of understanding, of fellowship, of love, of unity. And there you go. There are the qualities of God. In this household of God, which is in any person's household who declares it to be such, there is no bickering, no jealousy, no avenue through which any littleness or meanness may operate. So, he's told you the qualities, and he's told you the things that are not acceptable. Why are you tolerating them in your life? Why are you tolerating them in yourself? Why are you tolerating them in your household? Why are you tolerating them? What can you do about them? I'm not telling you to go out and fix people. That's not your job. But what you do is when you alter your consciousness, the people around you will change because they will respond to your consciousness differently. And that's how we spread it. That's how we spread it. We also don't tolerate all of this stuff. We tell people straight up, that's not okay. It is not only a household of peace, it is a household of joy. It is a place of happiness and general contentment. Here is warmth, color, and beauty. This earthly household symbolizes the divine harmony of the kingdom of God. No one is a stranger within this household. No one is a stranger within this household. I saw one of my friends who absolutely loves Halloween posted this, and she said, Halloween is the one day of year we do it right. Because we open our door, and we open our door to the scared, we open our door to the ugly, we open our door to everyone. And we do it with kindness and with gifts and with compliments, no matter who shows up at our door. Why do we only do this one day a week or one day a year? Why do we only do it on Halloween? Nothing is alien to it. It is protected from all fear, from every sense of loss, because we know that we live in a field of energy and that we just change energy. So even when people leave us, we know that they're just in the next room. And we know that we'll see them again. We're not sure what we'll look like the next time, but we'll see them again. Nothing can enter it but joy, integrity of friendship. And that's why I was talking about friendship earlier. Befriending yourself, befriending others, befriending the planet, befriending nature. It's all super important. And you can befriend God. I hope that you have a friendly relationship with whatever you call God. It makes for a much easier life when you have a friendly relationship. The same good I realize belongs to everyone else. I do not desire a good for myself, which is greater than the good I desire for all people. And that's one of the things with Science of Mind. What I want for myself, I want for everyone, because I recognize that we're all one. We're all one. Neither do I deny myself the good I affirm for all others. It's that equality thing. I don't want more for you than I want for myself, and I don't want more for myself than I want for you. We all deserve good. We all deserve love. We all deserve peace. We all deserve harmony. And to get that, we all get to work on our own peace, love, joy, and harmony. And it weaves into this great tapestry. In this household, the host is God, the living Spirit Almighty, and all who dwell in this household are guests of the eternal host. All right, so the mission today, should we choose to accept it? He's not real clear today, is it? Oh. The mission, should we choose to accept it, is to be at peace with all other members of the household. And the household on every level. So start with being at peace with yourself. And work your way up. Work your way up. Because God is at peace with you. Always. So that's the mission, should you choose to accept it. Now I'm going to encourage you, as I always do something loving for yourself, do something kind for yourself, do something compassionate for yourself. Whatever it looks like, no matter how big or small. No matter how big or small. The point is to practice it every day. Every day. You deserve your own love. You deserve your own kindness. You deserve your own compassion. You deserve it because you are a beloved child of God, in whom God is well pleased, always and forever. But I also encourage you to create it as a habit. To let that love, kindness, compassion be your first response to whatever is happening around you. And create a bank. Because remember, practice makes permanent. Create that bank of love, of kindness, of compassion for yourself, for those moments when you slip out of alignment. Because the fastest way to get back in alignment is to use that. To use love, to use kindness, to use compassion. And it means that you'll have a little bit to share with others when you meet them and they're struggling a bit and they've forgotten who they are. I also encourage you to engage your mind and your body. I'm going to go figure it out. I don't know if I'm going to go for a walk or for a ride. I haven't figured it out yet. Usually I do these after I've done that, and I overslept, so that's a good thing. That was my loving, kind, compassionate thing for myself today, was to oversleep. The cats let me sleep, and it was awesome. So I'm going to go get some sun on my face, and I'm going to encourage you to drink plenty of water. I didn't drink enough on Saturday, so I got to make it. I drank more yesterday, and I'm going to make up for that today. So, all right, beloveds. Whatever else you do, open the windows of your soul. Allow the breath of heaven to remind you you live in heaven now. It's all around you right now. All you got to do to find it is look for the good. Look for the good and praise it, as Emma says. So, take care of yourselves. I'm going to tell you to have an amazing day, a wonderful day, a fantastic day, a marvelous day, an enchanting day, a restful day, if that's what you need, a good day. And if that's too much pressure, simply have a day. That's okay too. All right. Whew. I'm going to go figure it out. Take care of yourself and know that you're loved. I believe that new book study starts up today. They're going to do this thing called You, which if you ask any Science of Mind minister, it's always in our top 5. Ernest Holmes books, this thing called You. So if you're interested in that or anything else that's going on, because I think that starts at 6 o'clock Central Time. It's done in Eastern Time, so they're at 7. If you're interested in that, email info@creativelife.org. Get on that. All the links will be there to get whatever it is that you need. And then check us on the social medias. We are Creative Life Spiritual Center on Facebook and YouTube, and we are Creative Life Spark on Instagram and TikTok. And I am the running Rev on 3 of the 4. I'm not on TikTok yet. I'll get there. I'm sure. I'll get there. Oh, help me. But do what you need to do. Know that you're loved. And Reverend David should be on around 5 p.m. with you today. I mean, and I will be back with you around 9. We'll see if I oversleep again. All right, beloveds. Take care of yourself and know that you're loved. I'll see you next time.